Thanks, guys. Here with Josh Woodman after the men's basketball game as they defeated Youngstown State 68-53. So, Josh, what are your takeaways from this win for the Colonials?
A bunch of takeaways, Joey. You know, this felt like we are here in Pittsburgh. This felt like a classic, like Steelers-Ravens rivalry. I mean, we know how close Youngstown is to Pittsburgh, and yeah, the rivalry was shown. I mean, that first half was really sloppy, really disgusting, but it feels like one of those games where if the Colonials could overcome that first half, then they should be fully set to overcome anything thrown at them in the Horizon League tournament. And yeah, you get past this first round. It's on home court, which is a bonus. But like I said, just really sloppy, a really good defensive match. Youngstown is the second best defense in the Horizon League, and they showed that tonight in that first half. Second half, though, guys like Ryan Prather, Deshaun Good, Chitakudis, Livingston, the guys who have been the main guys the last couple of weeks, they really showed up in that second half and made a huge difference for the team.
And you mentioned second half. You know, the Colonials the last 7-8 games have been a second half team. Unfortunately for the women's side, they fell short in their game at Purdue Fort Wayne 73-43, and in their case, it was kind of flipped on the opposite. They had a very poor second half. So what are your takeaways from that game for the women's team?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It kind of feels really weird because not only have they just been down numbers, but they were also down head coach today. Traylon McKay was out sick. So just a really weird kind of situation for them. And like you said, first half, it looked like they were locked in. And of course, we weren't able to pay attention to the game as much as we wanted to because most of us were here covering this one. But it just kind of seemed like the level that was needed just fell off. And when you don't have your head coach on your sideline barking at you, keeping you guys up to your standard, you kind of fall off, and that looks like exactly what they did today.
Yeah, and for the women's team, their run ends in Purdue Fort Wayne. The men's team, though, are going to travel to Indianapolis for the Horizon League semifinal match. They will be taking on Detroit Mercy. So what are some of the expectations and I guess preview highlights that you want to mention for that?
Well, yeah, these two teams just met in the regular season finale, and so we know RMU can beat Detroit Mercy. The question is Detroit Mercy going to be able to rise to that level? Because this is a team who was on a late surge. We've been talking a lot about second half. Well, second half of the season, Detroit Mercy has really taken off. So it's just about playing that defensive ability, and Detroit Mercy doesn't really have any one single all-star that's going to be able to put them on their back, kind of like Chris Carroll today with Youngstown. But obviously, RMU have shown they're the better team. I think if they can just keep their composure on the road, if they're able to stack the wins, if they're able to get to the second half and rely on your stars like we have seen the last couple games, then I have no worry about them being able to overcome them, and then we'll see who awaits them in the final.
That's a wrap here from Moon Township. The men's team will take on Detroit Mercy Monday evening. Back to you guys.